Hi, my name is Kirsten Kjaer Weis, and I'm the founder of Kjaer Weis, which is a certified organic color cosmetics line. And I am just here to tell you a little bit about my background and the reasoning for starting the line. I grew up on a farm in Denmark. It was a working farm, so basically growing up in nature my entire childhood. And eventually, after traveling, etc., I ended up at a makeup school in Paris, a little bit by chance, I would say, but it sort of ended up being my path. And then jumping to working in the field as a makeup artist for over 20 years, it really got me to a place where it was pretty obvious to me that there was a big open gap in the market for a line that sort of combined the two worlds of natural and conventional brands that had the luxury aspect attached to it. So it seemed like at the time, when I started working on this, which was in the early 2000s, those two worlds definitely were separated. And, my vision was to really merge them and do it well. So it would leave out any kind of compromises that at the time definitely was attached especially to natural products. So I launched with the line in 2010, and I would say for me the big emphasis in the whole sort of formulating, like the line, tying it into the packaging, the performance, was that there had to be an equal emphasis on the ingredients list, meaning it should be an all-natural, and it ended up for us, it was a possibility to have it be a certified organic, which basically means that 95% of what goes into our products come from supervised organic farming. That I would tie in then with the perfect performance, meaning the performance that you're used to seeing in conventional brands that typically will use, synthetics, but also silicones. Silicones is this magical ingredient you can put into everything. So one of the toughest things that we deal with is really replicating that and having the same texture and color performance as you see in the big established brands. And then the third part was adding the luxury in the packaging. I just felt the luxury had sort of been missing in the green world. And there's absolutely nothing to be said for, like a more neutral, basic packaging, but why couldn't it be luxury? Why couldn't that be tied into something that actually had a green and all clean, I would say, ingredients list? So those three components had to be in place. And it took me about 7 years to formulate. I'm not saying that it necessarily should take that long, but it did, and it just seemed like an organic process in terms of getting all the key pieces in place. And I have just been super blessed to be able to team up with an amazing manufacturer in Italy with an incredible designer for the packaging. And now that we are 7 years into the game, like the line has expanded quite a bit. We now have our first skincare products. We have an all-round makeup line that really covers a woman's entire needs. And it's just going to keep going. Like there's tons of stuff in the pipeline. My absolute sweet spot and passion in all of this is the production side in terms of the product development, but also tying that in with design, like how it looks, the visuals, etc. And then just making sure that the women around the world will have an alternative choice that speaks quality, but also speaks performance and luxury.